Good morning. And today we'll be continuing with the same exercise from yesterday, which is within the sketching the quadratic function exercise. But we'll be looking at it in reverse. We'll be finding the equation of a quadratic function from the graph for these last few questions. Okay, so if we're asked to find the equation of the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, which is a quadratic function that passes through these points negative 4, 0, negative 2, 0, and 0, 16. We will start off by recognising that the coordinate negative 4, 0 is when y equals 0, x is equal to negative 4. And the coordinate negative 2, 0 is when y equals 0, x is equal to negative 2. Now, these are the two roots of the equation. This is where it crosses the x-axis. So normally we would have a quadratic function and we would solve the quadratic function right down to the very end point, and the very final answers would be x equals negative 4 and x equals negative 2. So we want to work backwards from the answer to get to the quadratic function. So we're doing everything in reverse. So if we would finish off with x equals negative 4 and x equals negative 2, the line that would have come before that would have been the x plus 4 equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. Now there are a variety of parabolas that could cut the x-axis at these two coordinates, as you can see here in the diagram. Okay, so we have a variety of quadratic functions, parabolas that could cross the x-axis at these two. So we have to take that into consideration. So we know that the two brackets then come from being multiplied together before they have been split up. And we have to say then that something could be multiplying those two brackets, and that's where the k comes into it. So we bring this letter k in to say that the two brackets are multiplied together, but something could be multiplying these two brackets to get the quadratic function that we need to get. And k is a constant. A constant just means that k is just a number. So this is where we have to have an extra point. Now it doesn't have to be a coordinate that's on the y-axis. We have 0, 16 given here. But it can be any other point that's just not on the x-axis. So we have to have the roots, and the two roots are what makes the brackets by following these steps here. But we want to now find out what this k value is. And this k value is going to be worked out by knowing another point on the graph, just any other point on the graph. Now from this point that we've been given here, we can see that x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 16. But whatever other point we're given, we just take the x value as being the first part of the coordinate and the y value as being the second part of the coordinate. So what I've done here is I have replaced the x's with 0 and the y with 16. So I now have 16 equals k times, I've replaced the x with 0 and the x there with 0. Okay, now we simplify each of these brackets. That bracket is actually just 0 plus 4, which is 4, and that bracket is 0 plus 2, which is 2. Okay, so now we can simplify that, rearrange it to get the value of k. So 4 times 2 is 8, so 16 is equal to 8k. So taking the 8 over, making it a divide underneath 16, k is equal to 2. So that means that that k value there is equal to 2. So these two brackets multiplied together do give you the quadratic, but we have to have a multiplier of 2 in front of that. So we rewrite it here as y equals 2 times x plus 4 and x plus 2. Okay, then the final thing to do is just multiply out your brackets and get everything in the form that they had finally asked for. Okay, because they asked for the equation to be in that form there, something x squared plus something x plus c, and that's how we have finished it. Okay, so now we can do the last questions on that exercise that we were doing yesterday. So we're now on to exercise 8c again, and we can now do questions 4, 5 and 6. As always, ask your teacher if you need any help. Good luck and take care.